Is there any level of glasses that I'll need to use this empathy software?
Just
They just
something
have
with
image
image link.
Just something with an image link, so just get rating 1 glasses and then...
They should look like some sort of stylish sunglasses. I'm not sure if that'll cost a trivial amount extra.
You can also get contacts,
That's actually a smarter idea.
because then no one will see it.
So yeah, get a pair of smart contacts, maybe even skin link them. I don't know.
And remember that you will be probably needing to emulate the guy a little bit, so you'll need to spend some time on that. Depends on what... Yeah, depends on what happens, what exactly I'll call for.
Right. Right now we're putting together the materials. We haven't even kidnapped him yet.
As for that call to Twitch's date, it'll be an older dwarf. Twitch, you know what? Go ahead and give me just an intuition. Twitch can barely recognize his face. It was probably just momentary lapse in the software that was running for her, and it got enough to get a face, but not enough for you to know anything about who he is or anything like that.
Alright.
Very old dwarf, as in very old, very hairy, as in you gotta pull his hair apart to see his face.
How attractive.
You've got a date with Cousin It. Good for you.
Yay.
Looking up information beforehand, he's rich, and that's about it. Not famous, not anyone, he's just rich. And that's just family fortune.
Alright, I mean, assuming this isn't, something that she has to tiptoe through, she's going to mention that she doesn't have anything to wear, and that she'd love if he could point her to a tailor that could get her something in the Moon Silver line. Maybe he could pay for it? I can make a test for that as well.
No, you won't need a test for that. He'll, as long as you're willing to be near him, he'll be doddering on you. He'll pick out clothes and everything like that, and yeah.
Alright, then, should I just basically freely add the particular dress I want Twitch to have?
It won't be one of the armored ones he'll pick out.
Damn it! Because I wanted to grab something from the Moon Silver line.
Yeah, he'll pick out something. She'll have a very nice dress, and it's surprisingly classy for essentially what is a pervy old man. But it won't be something she would have picked out.
Man, that's too bad.
I like to imagine Twitch just like subtly trying to steer him like through the various dressing room stuff. Like, well, what about this? Like, no.
Well, because the Moon Silver line, it's got some armoring, but it's not advertised that way. It's just high fashion.
Right. I understand. I looked at tons of the high fashion clothes whenever I was going through my character creation shit. So, but yeah, it's just like, Twitch is like, no, what about this? Don't you think this looks good? No, that's too gaudy. What we need is...
Essentially that, except he mumbles and is basically inaudible. You can't tell what he's saying at any given time.
Best date ever.
Yay!
Now, what do we know about this orc man?
Right. I was going to ask when we were done with this, do we know where he lives? Where we can pick him up? Anything like that? Easy to find on the Matrix? I can do a roll for it.
I'm still using 19. That 19 is what you got for most of this until major scene change. The orc man, you were able to pick up. Sorry, give me my brain a second. You were able to pick up with 19. You'll be able to pick up where he works, not his house, like not where he lives. Maybe general area, like you can pinpoint from where because he's on Pedo too. Most famous people's assistants are too. So he'll have a fairly high rating, like a 5 or so. He'll be able to determine. You'll be able to determine where he works, maybe a few blocks within where he lives, but not exactly where. He's actually in work today. He has work until late today, and tomorrow off for the party.
Are there any notes of, like, does he own a car or anything like that where we can kind of find that in the parking lot and stake it out?
Yeah, he'll own a car.
Do we know what kind?
Yeah, you'll be able to see it in images and pictures and whatnot. Takes selfies and things like that.
All right, well then Coyote will point it out to Vice and I say, I think we find this car in and around his building. Hopefully it's not a private parking lot, which it might be, but we might be able to just grab him as he leaves work today.
And so should I just add like some random non-armored clothing designer dress?
Yeah, you can add it if you want to, or just note it down that, hey, you always have a nice dress. But it's always so faux pas to ever show up in the same thing twice, right?
Sure.
But yeah, he works probably in a Studio City, middle of the road, sort of
Does this event have any particular name?
sorry. No, it's just a sort of a party. Okay, sorry, just had something. No, it's just a normal party, a normal get-together. It'll be... It's just someone's throwing a party at their house. Or their penthouse. But, it'll be, he works at a normal studio in Studio City. Just run-of-the-mill, middle-class studio, B-movies, things like that.
All right.
Staking out the car, you'll be able to get to where the car is. There's cameras, though, so whatever it is, you'll probably be noticed. Unless you have some way to take out a lot of cameras at once.
Yeah, I would say the only... it'd be half a dozen safely. It'd probably be, because I think I get 12 or 15 rolls, I can't remember, with that drone, so... That's really only 4 safely if you take averages. Yeah, I mean, we can, I guess, surveil it and track him. Well,
if you at any point can get him isolated, we know Vice can pretty much one-shot.
Right.
And drag his body off.
But guys, he's not a woman.
Hey, it's Hollywood. Who knows?
That sounds like a personal problem.
What, it being Hollywood? Yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way, because if we follow him to his house or apartment or wherever he lives, there's no telling that that's going to be any better for security. We'd have to somehow dupe our way in. I mean, Vice could say, I'm his long-lost brother, but that's probably not going to work. So... got any ideas?
We know which car this is, correct?
Yes.
What we
And
could do...
Oh, go ahead.
I was thinking what we could do is wait until he's off work, follow him back to his domicile of choice, and then, just take him there.
Right. We could do that. It's just a chance whether or not there are a lot of cameras around his apartment, which, I mean, if he's an assistant to an agent, he might have a decent place, if not like, high roller or anything. Probably has security. I just don't know enough. Would Coyote know, just by looking around at the cameras in front of this place, just run-of-the-mill, would he think there's a better chance of getting fewer cameras if he followed him home?
Probably. I mean, homes normally don't have, especially middle grade, lower homes don't usually have as many cameras as this place does. It's a B-grade movie studio, but it is still a movie studio, so cameras, and not only do you have the security cameras, you'll have the occasional paparazzi and things like that.
Right. Yeah, so I Coyote will agree. We'll just try to track him home. Hopefully, it'll be pretty easy in city traffic. A lot of places to hide.
So, following him home... That would be a shadowing test.
And if you're going to do that in the vehicle Cryptsen, I don't know whether you might get better rolls with that if you were jacked into the vehicle and driving it with VR or not. I don't know how that works.
I believe Coyote has one dice in or one die in infiltration. Well, no, he has 3, but he has nothing in the skill, so that'd be -1 on the rolls, right?
So he's not talking about infiltration, he's talking about shadowing. Does he have any shadowing?
I thought that was the... Okay, I'll look. I thought that was the same thing. Okay, well, shadowing is 4, but...
They're 2 different skills. Infiltration and shadowing are 2 different skills.
Yeah, it makes sense. But
if you're willing to let Vice drive, he's got 8.
Yeah, it's either that or let the car drive, because I can load the actual soft. He has an auto soft for it. That would be piloting of 3 plus 3, so it would still only be 6. So it's better off if you do it, I guess.
Or what software would that be?
Hold on, let me find the name of it. I think it's like called shadowing, but let me look.
Yeah, a negotiation's not going to get you that. And the time will be pretty much as long as you're willing to spend with him. It'll be like until sometime around noon on the 25th to get the actual dress, to get past that point. But beyond that is your choice. If there's anything else you want to see if you can get, or if you want to try to get away and do something else, getting away from him wouldn't be that much of a problem. You can easily excuse yourself from that.
And it's the Chaser program, which is in Unwired 114.
Regardless, that definitely seems like Vice is the most knowledgeable about how to tail an individual, and well, he's a good driver anyway.
Yeah, as long as I think Coyote has like 3 piloting, so it's a little better than average maybe, but nothing spectacular.
Most of Vice's driving comes from him having 7 reaction.
And do you have 1 point in shadowing?
I have 4 points in shadowing.
Oh, I did not know that. So yeah, you'd certainly be the best roll.
Yeah,
So you're going to roll?
First one. Coyote's the
go
first
ahead
to
and roll
admit
that.
that he's not the best at stealth, so he'll let
So
you
yeah,
go.
I mean, this would be against the target's perception plus intuition with whatever perception dice pool modifiers are deemed appropriate.
Vice will spend a point of edge on this.
Okay, go ahead and dock the edge and go ahead and roll plus your edge.
And of course, the rule of 6 box checked. There you go. Whew, that was a few ones.
I am quite glad I put the roll. I'm quite glad I spent edge.
Dangerously close. You'll be able to get all the way to his house without him seeming to notice you at all. No veering, no anything. Just tail's close enough. Lose him a couple of times, find him again. That's not too hard.
Vice, knowing what he is going to continue driving down to the end of the block, and then he's going to turn around after about a half a minute. Just to give the guy time to walk into, well, do we see which place he goes into, right?
His building is just a standard apartment building. It's a closed up building, a little bit closer to downtown. It's just a standard apartment building, just brick and mortar, nothing special about it. Cameras outside, looks like normal glass doors. Looks like it takes some kind of key card or something to get inside.
This is a problem. Any ideas, Coyote? Have it again there?
How many cameras are out front that can be seen?
Probably, that's actually for the building, probably just a couple that are around the street, probably a half dozen or so. But there's only 2 that would have any real chance of noticing you.
Right, I mean, because what Coyote's thinking is that if you shut down the cameras, you might be able to get the door open. What kind of door is it? Is it like a maglock door, or what type of thing?
It would be a maglock door with a key card.
Because Coyote does have, I don't even know how those work. He has a maglock rating 4, so I don't know if those have to be pre-programmed or what. I bought one, but I forget what they are now.
Wait, we had this conversation. You bought an actual maglock? You bought a lock? Because if you bought a lock, you need to install that somewhere, because it's a lock.
Yes, pedantics aside. I have the maglock key then. Key.
Oh, you have a pass key. Well, that's completely different.
I think you use the passkey in place of some role.
Yeah, I just can't remember anymore.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's all blur. It's all blur, man. Let's see here. That is on page 335. Oh, 263
yeah.
for Maglocks itself, yeah. If a valid keycard is acquired, it can be copied with a... That case, seems like the Maglock passkey. I mean, you don't even need to use a copier. Yeah, you just make it an opposed test between the passkey rating and the Maglock rating. If the passkey wins, the Maglock opens. You would...
essentially the passkey reads it while it swipes and then attempts to give something that it'll accept. But it's just straight up whatever the passkey's rating is rolled versus whatever the Maglock's rating is rolled in defense.
Well, then I guess that's what Coyote will suggest. He'll say, I can throw up my Optic X drone and take out as many cameras, focusing on the two at the door, and then we can just walk up and I can try to swipe my card and see if we can get in.
Worst case scenario, we just have to break the door down, I guess.
Worst case scenario, I don't know if you can hack one of those from the outside, can you? Because there's no like cords or anything. It's not Wi-Fi.
You can definitely try. You can remove the case and try to access its guts. That would require a hardware plus logic extended test with the threshold equal to the Maglock rating times 2.
You can also attempt to hack most buildings, like just actually hack the building itself, if you want to.
Well, that might be okay.
So, yeah, remember, we're living in this crazy future where nearly every building has a node.
True.
Pretty much everything's wireless now, so you can always try that. Unless, I specifically say otherwise, which is a lot of the time. Like, anytime you go into any sort of secure building, most people are smart enough to keep that down.
So let's go and try your card after you take out some of the cameras.
Alrighty, then he will try with the Optic X, and I will double check that, but I think it's rating times 2, and it's
absolutely
it's 6.
Rating.
To take out the cameras, it'll just take a little bit. It'll always get to re-roll, so I won't even have you roll for that. It'll take them out.
Alright, then I will roll 4 dice for the rating for Maglock key.
I did notice you had a passkey on one of your character sheets. I was scared there that you got rid of it and bought a Maglock. I'd be like, no, Crimson! Why did you buy a Maglock?
And tie goes to the Defender. It doesn't open.
And I'm assuming
go ahead and swipe it.
Oh, we can swipe it again?
You can. It'll be the same thing with the with your data rolls where you lose a die every single time you try again.
Can I roll with Edge this time then? Or does that not apply to a passkey?
I still haven't found the rules about Edge and electronics, so I'll go ahead and say yeah. That said, Edge is actually... Oh, I guess you can't see that.
I'll just ignore what you said then, I guess.
Yeah, I realized I made that roll in secret, but yeah, it was one hit at gun. It's rating for Maglock.
So now you roll 6 dice.
Right.
With the rule of 6 applying, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, for frack's sake.
Same thing. It does nothing. It beeps at you a little bit angrily. It probably flashes on the screen something about turn your card the right way.
People had those problems all the time with legitimate IDs at my university. Because we actually had passkeys. We had to use our ID cards. That was after your time, of course, Cripson. That's how I could track your ass.
No, we had pass cards at my university. They were required to get in my lab, and in some of the dorms, not mine. Well, I guess for crying out loud, I'll try it one more time. I was just at a -2, but whatever. I'll try Edge again. I don't know what else I'm going to use it on this thing.
Famous last words.
Really.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been the only character who's... I think I've used more Edge than anyone else.
I think so.
In this entire campaign.
Yeah, if this fails, he'll just cuss and finally.
Nope. It beeps that you finally turned your card the right way and it's open.
Coyote will look down and notice that indeed he did have it the wrong way, and damn it. No, not really. He'll say, all right, we're in now. Now to find this guy's apartment. Is there a listing anywhere that might show?
Maybe he'll have like a mailbox out here.
Mailboxes are numbered. They're just level and
We know the guy's
door
name,
numbers.
right?
Yeah,
If
I
they've
don't know
got
his name,
a,
but
If they have a public node for the building, they probably have a listing of who lives where.
Yeah.
it's possible. But sometimes people like to see.
Yeah, Coyote will try to hack into the wireless then. Since they've gotten through the door, I doubt he'll need like an admin account to bypass the security.
Well, the door is just opened. It just thinks a valid card was swiped. In terms of actual hacking, you have no extra access to with the hacking itself. You can go ahead and log on to the node like as a standard account, like a sort of a visitor's account, like when you first visit a website, and it'll show you just sort of advertisement for the place and things like that. It doesn't look like on the outside there's any listing of who has what apartment, but you can go ahead and try hacking too.
Right, that's what I meant. I just meant that to get through the door, I would have had to hack against for an admin account, but I can just get a user account probably for the building to get an address list, I'm hoping.
So hacking is normally...
I think my hacking is 9, is it? 8. I get an 8 roll for it. Because I believe... Or wait, what's my exploit program? Hold on.
He's not he might not be hacking on the fly here, although I guess he would be, since he doesn't have enough time to probe the target, because that would take hours. He might actually be hacking on the fly here, Sean.
Yeah, unless you want to sit back for a few hours, and you're going to need to re-roll for the passkey to do that. It will be hacking on the fly. You roll your hacking plus exploit. Your target number is the target's firewall. And being in hot sim, like usual, gives you +2 dice.
Right, I'd forgotten that last session. I'm actually just double checking.
That'll give you a user account. It's a +3 threshold for a security and a +6 for admin. And each one is separate. So like if you go for a user account, it's not another 3 dice to get a security. It's a whole nother roll.
Right. So my electronic warfare rating is 4, and I have 3 dice, that's 7, so I'll be rolling 9.
Electronic warfare.
Hacking.
It's your hacking plus your exploit, not electronic warfare.
Exploit uses electronic warfare, I thought.
It may use it for some things, but exploit for this uses hacking. I think hacking's standard for exploit.
Right, but hacking's the skill. Electronic warfare is the program.
No, exploit is the program.
But I'm saying is exploit is under electronic warfare. Well, maybe
You
not.
mean
Hold on.
hacking is under...
Hold on. Well, what I'm saying is I don't see exploit in my list of things. I think, oh, there it is. Never mind, it's 3. I just was skimming over it. I have too many programs. I skimmed it 3 times and missed it.
Yeah, I may actually take your character sheet and reorganize it for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I need to do that. Just re-alphabetize it. It's just like 20 programs, just all a jumble, so I have to like skim down every time. So then it's 8.
Your
I'm rolling. No big
hacking
deal.
skill and exploit program. +2. And it gets its analyze plus firewall versus your stealth.
That was a rule of 6. Hold on, was anything re-rolled? 3 successes.
Yeah, there was a reroll in the case you got 3 successes. And if memory serves from last week's session, Coyote stealth is 3. Is that right, Gripson?
And that's... yeah. I believe almost all your programs are 3 except for a handful. And that is for a user account, right?
Correct.
You'll get it and nothing no more to be said. It's just log on, look around, figure out something easy and just pass right through it. The node
Fantastic.
itself is fairly neat and orderly. It looks business-like from the inside.
So is there like an apartment list or a tenant list rather?
Yes, with a user account, you'll be able to find a tenant list. You'll be able to find his name and room number. He's been here for a year.
How long?
He's been here for like a year.
Oh, I thought, okay, he's been here. I thought I've been there for a year. I'm like, wow, that took a long time.
God damn it, Grips.
Well, that's why I said I wanted to repeat.
Yeah, all of those programs, man. They've broken your mind.
Well, I thought he said you'd been there for. I was waiting for how long that took me, and then I heard year, and so I was like, wait, what? And
No, you took about 1 second to do that. Well, maybe
I figured. All right, with that, Coyote will be slightly impressed with himself, but he'll look at Vice and say, all right, it's room, I'm just going to make one up, but it's room 703 or 5, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's on the upper story somewhere. So heading up it, it'll be a normal room. With a user account, you'll be able to access the elevator. That would normally be tracking individuals by their comm links and things like that. But with a user account, you'll be able to pop it open and tell it which floor to go to without any trouble.
Fantastic. I'm assuming there are cameras on the inside as well, kind of tracking us, or...
Yes, there'll be cameras on the inside. Are you still taking those out, or are you just... because they're at least getting a few moments of you?
Well, I mean, I use that optic X-drone for it. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could carry it with me and shoot them out and kind of avert my face when entering a new room, because it is like toaster-sized or something, so it's not that ridiculous. But it would probably be able to figure out a dwarf and an orc walk into a building. Sounds like a joke.
If anything else, like what you can do is later on, if you have more time after this mission, or like after you take this guy, take the time to probe this node's defenses, and then like create a security or administrator account that can clear the camera logs and erase your faces.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of once we got in the room, which is the next step, if we do it silently enough, Coyote can just sit in the room and do that. Because, I mean, they haven't set off any alarms. No one's really going to wonder what's going on yet.